Okay, the second take on this video is gonna be a review of episode 3, season 6, Game of Thrones. So let's see, they covered the storyline of the Wall, which is the one that I'm most interested in. Night's Watch Wall. Um, well, they didn't cover the White Walkers, so that's kind of a tie for which ones I'm most interested in: the Night's Watch and the White Walkers. They covered the North. They went to King's Landing, and they went to Essos, specifically Marine, and also Vice Dothrak. I was most looking forward to them continuing, the coverage of Jon Snow's return, and definitely was not disappointed in that. Loved the pep talk from Sir Davos. You know, get up and fail again, get up and fail again. Keep trying to clean up the world. Just keep going. Definitely like that. I could really tell. They say that when a person is brought back from death in Game of Thrones, they lose a bit of themselves, and I could definitely, without a doubt, see that there was this loss of Jon Snow's mercifulness. How he could forgive people, and he had this sort of hesitancy. Even like if you go back to season 5 when he executed not Sir Janos, Lord Janos Slynt for disobeying his order. There was a certain hesitancy, like, do I really have to cut this guy's head off? Do I really have to execute him? Like, I want to be merciful, but wait, I'm the Lord Commander and I have to do this. But in this case, there really wasn't any. There was a formality of, I'm gonna give you, a chance to say your last words, and you had the first two were, I wouldn't say so much repentant, just fearful. It's like, this is real. Like, I took this oath, I betrayed my Lord Commander. I'm gonna die now. Wait, I'm really gonna die now? You're really gonna hang me? And I could definitely tell that Jon Snow was, if you want to call him Jon Snow, I mean, there's always disagreements on what he's named now. He's come back from the death, from his death, come back from the dead. But I could definitely tell he was, it's like sort of annoyed, offended, edginess, if you will. It's kind of like sharpness to his, like, his facial expression when Arthur Yorick was like, tell my family they're still in White Harbor. Tell them that I died fighting the Wildlings. Now that I broke my oath, murdered my Lord Commander, and I was executed as a traitor. Don't tell them that. Tell them that I died of fighting, nobly as a warrior. And then, you have Sir Alistair Thorne, his like long, very eloquent but very cutting speech, which I expected, obviously. I mean, it's Sir Alistair Thorne. But the peak, and definitely the showrunners, they set this up like this. They had a reason for doing it, but Ollie's face, no words, it's a look of utter hate, anger. Like, I'm not I'm not saying anything to you. You're the one who let the wildlings through, the wildlings who murdered my family. I don't know if Ollie knows about the White Walkers or believed in them at all, but the fact that he saw his father and his mother murdered in front of him, and that was his worldview. His paradigm was that village. Within that was the extent of his world, and his world was destroyed. So he's gonna look at Jon Snow as, excuse me, as the one who robbed him of his chance of revenge. Which does not mean I agree with what he did. He swore an oath. You don't take an oath like that. You don't take it lightly, and you understand that part of your job in the Night's Watch is probably doing things that you don't want to do because it's for the greater good. It's not about you and your little petty revenge. And I don't want to say that his desire for revenge for his parents was petty, but if you, especially as a viewer or a reader, there's a bigger threat out there, and you know, it's like Jorah Mormont, said to Jon, you think your brother's war, is more important than ours. You think that whoever sits on the Iron Throne is more important than this war that we're fighting. So yeah, I had kind of mixed feelings about it. I mean, I definitely felt that it was, the right thing to do. That in the bigger scheme of things, that you have to mete out justice to these traitors who murdered Jon Snow, murdered the Lord Commander, especially at a time like this when, as we know, that White Walkers have returned. They have their army of the dead. They're presumably bearing down on the wall. Last thing you need is mutinous, traitors stabbing your Lord Commander and starting a civil war that's going to wipe out the remnants of the Night's Watch. And what continue this war with the wildlings, which is a mistaken war. It's a war based on a mistake. Yeah. So definitely, I agree with the execution of the other traitors. It's just that if you look at them and you see that they are humans, and at least in their limited understanding of things, the wildlings were the enemy, and Jon Snow is a traitor, and they're wrong. But you still need to take that into account, I think. So at the end of the day, it was the right thing to do. Now I'm expecting to jump from the wall storyline to the north. I'm expecting a kind of pink letter type setup with Rickon, because the original one was that Mance Rayder was supposed to be glamored and then sent down there to rescue who's thought to be Arya. The girl was thought to be Arya Stark. Was actually Jane Poole, I believe, in the books. But in this case, I believe it's gonna be Rickon and Asha. They're gonna mention in some letters sent to Jon Snow, assuming that he's still at Castle Black. Which, I mean, for all intents and purposes, we see him walk out. Which I don't know where he's gonna walk to. Literally, just from there. If that was just symbolic, or if you literally, it's not at Castle Black anymore, then. But I think he's supposed to receive some sort of letter, that whole pink letter, scenario, and then probably next episode, maybe the episode after that, he'll, lead that army down there, and we'll finally see the Battle of the Bastards, which will be awesome, assuming that, assuming that we finally get what we want, a dead Ramsay Bolton and the Stark at Winterfell alive, in command and all that. Let's see. What was I going to talk about? There's so much that, Tower of Joy. So much that happened in this episode. Tower of Joy. Man, that was man. They're just playing with us. It's like you get to the point where Ned's going up the stair where you think you're finally gonna get to see Lyanna, and hopefully there's gonna be Jon Snow there, baby Jon Snow, and then they cut away. But I definitely I could see this emotional build up there, even with Brynden Rivers, or the Blood Raven, because you can see in his face, his face becomes flushed. He became very, like, tears in his eyes. He understood what was going to happen if Bran saw it. It'd be too much for Bran, even though, in some sense, he wants him to know, but he wants him to know at the right time. So that was intense. And I really wonder, that the character who had kind of the turban on the green turban. I mean, I wonder who that character was. That was a big question for me from that scene, because I was like, wait, a Dornishman on Ned's side? That's interesting. But, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Wonder where Qyburn's gonna go in terms of how he's gonna serve as Master of Whispers. Wonder what's gonna happen with Sir Gregor and the Faith Militant, and how they're gonna square off. Sounds like the Hound's still alive, and Daenerys and Tyrion and Varys. It's gonna be something to look forward to. But I'm mostly focused on the North and the Wall and the Starks and all that. And hopefully they don't bring Dorne back in a bad way. But Anyways, thanks for watching my video, and like, comment, or subscribe. Thank you.